Here are 10 War Thunder tips and tricks you might not know. This video is mostly intended at new players. If you are experienced, then comment down below some more tips for some of the newer players, or if you are experienced and you just don't know some of these, then comment down below which ones you didn't know. In aerialistic battles, if you can land your plane having taken no damage at all from the entire round, then you can actually just J out on the runway after you've come to a full stop, that is, and it won't kill you. Instead, the game will let you respawn. This is significantly quicker than waiting to reload, and you can even, if you want to, change your payload, which is extremely useful on some planes. And then you can just take off again, respawn, and get back in the fight much quicker than you would have done if you just sat and waited. If you don't already have them bound, I highly recommend binding keybinds for pitch up and pitch down in your aircraft. This is because instead of using mouse aim like I showed at the start there, you can just press keys on your keyboard that will go fully up or fully down, which can be extremely useful. I use it all the time in clips like this, but you don't always want to use it because in some situations, like in this dogfight here, well, dogfight I say, you'll notice that I don't press it at all and I use mouse aim. It just depends if you want precision or quick turning. It's especially useful at higher BRs with missiles when you need to be checking behind you and turning at the same time. When using a rangefinder, your crew actually set a distance before it comes up. This can allow you to adjust for your shots sooner and be more accurate. When researching vehicles in both air and ground, don't neglect your trees and don't rush the top tier. If I want this F8F Bearcat here that I don't have researched in my US tech tree, I should research it using one of these rank 5 planes for the higher RP rewards to be able to get it as fast as possible. I don't want to use the F86 Sabre here because it says effective research rank is between rank 5 and 7, so I'd suffer a research penalty when trying to research the Bearcat in rank 4. On the topic of research, stock grinding. Stock grinding is a really good way to get new vehicles. I want the F-18 for example, and I could use the MiG-21 to the 110% research boost, but as you can see, I already got all the research bonuses from stock grinding it, so instead I'm going to be using the Swedish Gripen, because I've got about 75k extra RP that I can get for literally free just by playing this jet instead. The next tip that I have is that vehicle choice absolutely should depend on the map. For example, here on North Holland, using something like the T95 is acceptable because the capture points aren't very far away, it's a straight line of a map, and it works really well. However, on a map like Fields of Poland, it is a really bad idea to bring out the T95. So just remember that your vehicle choice, depending on the map, does matter. On some big maps in a vehicle like the T95, it would take you an hour to get to the capture point. On some of the small maps like Northern Holland, it would take you not too many more minutes than everyone else. The next tip that I have is teamwork. Absolutely you should be trying to work with your team. As you can see here, getting help with repair, that's one thing that's really big, gets you back in the fight faster. You would want people to do it to you, make sure you help your teammates repair as well. Same goes for extinguishing fires, same goes for any of it. And also, look at the mini-map, it's there for a reason. You can get good map control by paying a bit of attention to it and working around that. And that can lead to some flanks and pincer maneuvers like my team had here on one of the enemy spawns. The next tip is to make use of your smoke grenades. So many tanks in this game, if not most of them, do have the ability to use smoke grenades, and I see almost nobody utilising them. They have so much potential. You can block off angles that you don't want to be watching and prevent yourself from getting shot in the back of the head. Or in situations like this, where I was needing to repair my tracks, I'm in an open area, so at the end of this clip you can see I throw a smoke grenade. It doesn't quite explode before the clip ends, but you get the idea. Here for example as well, same game, I was getting absolutely lit up by dozens of people, and I only died when I ended up throwing smokes, because I was throwing more and more smokes the whole time, and I was still surviving despite the fact there were several people shooting at me, and I didn't throw a smoke, and I died. Nearly got a nuke that game too. My 9th tip is to have options. You want to have a good selection of vehicles that you can play as, so that no matter what the current dynamic is like on the battlefield, you always want to have a vehicle that would fit the situation. For example, if you've got good SBAA coverage or good friendly fighter coverage, you want to get out a plane with bombs. If you've got the enemy is spawn camping you want to get out a heavy tank, you can be able to punch through that line. If you're right at the start of the game, maybe pick a light tank so you can get to a vantage point. If the game sort of mix and match, maybe pick a medium tank. You get the idea. You want to be able to pick and choose depending on how the game is going at the given moment. Now onto the final tip that I think is the most important of them all. Now the absolutely most important bit of advice I could give to anyone playing this game is to have fun. People get way too caught up in the grind and unlocking new vehicles. Just play the game for fun, you know. If you're not enjoying a vehicle, don't play it. You want to be enjoying yourself, and it'll make the grind go a lot faster. Not actually, but like mentally you'll feel like it. That's all my tips. Hope you have a good day. Goodbye.